Good Monday morning. It's that time of the week again, the beginning where we have so much opportunity in front of us to kick ass and live head first all week long. It's time for Monday Morning with Megs. What's going on, everybody? Happy Monday morning to you. I'm chilling here, recording this episode with a nice, frothy, kind of pumpkin spicy oat milk. I don't know if I would call it a latte, but it's like, normal coffee with frothy milk dumped on top of it. And it's pretty sweet. A couple of post-London things making this possible. I mean, when I was over in London for 3 weeks, I was over there visiting my girlfriend after not seeing each other for 36 hours over the course of 5 months. Then I got 3 solid weeks of being in the exact same space every minute of every day. And it was totally fine. It was cool. But while I was over there, the coffee selection is a little bit different. So you try to go into a coffee shop, and I love like a cold brew with a shot of espresso. I love the taste of coffee. So I'm just trying to get coffee as black as I can get it, as cold as I can get it, whatever. And to get that over there, if you go in and ask for a nice coffee, they're like, you mean like a nice latte or an iced Americano are kind of your two choices. I don't love an Americano. So anyway, I ended up having a bunch of oat milk lattes. Is something that I sort of got on a little bit of a kick with. And so now here I am back in the States enjoying some oat milk goodness. I also got a frother, a little, one of those things where you just like push a little button and it's like and foams up your milk, and it just makes it taste super good and kind of fancy and whatever. And obviously, once we're past, I don't know, mid-August, it's pumpkin spice season for me. So we've got some pumpkin pie spice on here, and it's super nice and frothy and so good. And before, I was always drinking cashew milk is kind of what I've always had for my smoothies and stuff like that. So a couple of London things that are carrying over. I think when I get back from a trip like that, I like to try to make some different transitions or implement some new pieces of my routine or different things like that. Because I think when you're on vacation or you're in a different space, you get a change of scenery, especially right now when we're all in our homes just more than we ever really have been. It's a good time where you've probably gotten some inspiration, some new perspective, whatever, maybe some things you want to try as you're getting back into your more familiar space, establishing a new routine and those types of things. And so I had a couple ideas for what I wanted to do. I really like traveling back from London, not because I want to be away from my girlfriend, but because when you travel west, it becomes a lot easier to wake up early because I was still on London time. It's like 6 hours ahead. So it's way easier for me to wake up early. So I implemented a couple of new things. I got a new alarm clock, like a natural light one that sort of gradually gets brighter. It's set away from my bed. So I have to get my ass out of bed to turn the damn thing off in the morning, which has been great because all summer for a long time, I've been like dicking around on my phone at night and it keeps me up later. And then it's harder to get out of bed and not look at your phone like you're not supposed to. Don't, get to scrolling on social media, start comparing yourself right away, stressing yourself out with email. You really want to take those things out of the first chunk of your day so that you can just get centered. It's a great time to do affirmations and really just kind of set yourself up to be successful for the day. So what I started doing was got that alarm clock. I've been leaving my phone out in the kitchen so that I'm not looking at it because now I can just look at my clock and see what time it is. I don't need my phone for that, which is really great. And another thing that I have implemented, just because I try to pay attention to what a lot of successful people do. And I sort of talked about this last week. There are a lot of little commonalities that you'll see successful people say that they do, different things they have in their routine and whatever. And so one of the things that I have added since I've been back from London, which is like 2 or 3 weeks now, is cold showers in the morning, right away when I wake up. And this just sounds absolutely horrific and terrible to me. But I had seen it on so many different like Instagram accounts, or I've heard it on a bunch of podcasts and stuff, people just talking about how it like wakes you up, gets you going. I'm sure there's some much bigger underlying health benefits that I don't have the language or the knowledge to share with you right now. I think I read something about like norepinephrine or something like that. It wakes your shit up and sets you up for the day. And so I started doing it, not like super long. And I kind of started with more of like a lukewarm shower, I would say. And then I've gradually been able to make it get a little bit colder. I maybe spend 2 or 3 minutes in there max, put on some good beats, do whatever. But here are the things that I have noticed, and I wanted to share with you what I have kind of gotten out of this. Is what I noticed is I've turned up the coolness of it, I guess, or the coldness, is that what my body will do is just kind of like tense up, and I'll start to forget to breathe because it's really uncomfortable. It's kind of shocking. And even when you know it's coming and it's like, oh my God, I need to like, if I just like super stiffen up and whatever, and I don't breathe, like it makes it more tolerable. And so one of the things that I've really practiced doing is, and I spin so that I kind of get like an even distribution on my body, I guess. And so I've been counting breaths, and it's just like a good reminder. Like I have to intentionally remind myself to breathe. Like, okay, yes, this is uncomfortable. Yes, this is cold. Yes, it is early and I want to go back to bed. But I need to just breathe, get through it. I know I'm going to feel better when I'm on the other side, whatever. And so it has really, I think, brought me to a space immediately in the morning where I'm paying attention to what my body's doing, how my body is naturally responding to something, being stiff, not breathing, being very like tense and whatever, but then taking an action or kind of queuing myself up to manage and get through the situation. Right. So that is one piece of it. And I think the other thing is I'm just naturally preparing myself for different uncomfortable things that are going to happen throughout the day, throughout the week, whatever. And I'm kind of gaining confidence or sort of building resilience to get through something that is uncomfortable, kind of desensitizing myself to something that like, holy shit, it is cold and it's really uncomfortable. But I'm desensitizing myself to it because I'm putting myself in that situation on purpose. And if I can get through a 2 minute ice cold shower with some sick beats playing or whatever, anything that comes up in my day, I'm probably going to be able to pay attention to how I'm reacting. What am I feeling? What is my body doing? What do I need right now? Remember to breathe. Remember that, yeah, this is uncomfortable right now, but it's for a greater purpose. And all of this stuff that very simply in a cold shower, whether I have different chemicals in my body rushing to different places, or I don't know, whatever I'm scientifically setting off or benefiting from in that, I think the mindset pieces that have been really powerful for me are probably of greater value to me, I guess, in the moment than the scientific ones, because it's waking me up. It's getting me ready for the day. It's reminding me that I can do hard things. It's giving me a tool to be able to practice observing what's going on when I'm uncomfortable and then queuing myself up to work through that situation so that I can get to the other side. So it gives me the opportunity to be more likely to do uncomfortable things, to have uncomfortable conversations, affirmations throughout the day, to advocate for myself, to share something I'm putting my heart and soul into, to I don't know, try something new, talk to a new person, ask a hard question, be willing to not know the answer, to do these little things that are uncomfortable and to be able to push through those in the day that will ultimately take me further in my relationships, in my work, with my finances, to do those little things because they end up being not that big of a deal, just like a 2 or 3 minute cold ass shower. So what I have found out is that cold showers unleash your superpowers. They put you in a space to be able to push through and really kind of share your gifts with the world, this good energy with the world, to put forth your best self and set you up to be able to manage the challenges that are inevitably going to come up on any given day, in any given week, in any relationship situation, whatever. It's something that's really helped me to, I guess, get myself set up to be successful no matter what comes down the pike, because we all know that shit's coming down the pike. A lot of times we can see it coming a mile away. But when you are taking the time to practice working through something that's uncomfortable, you're going to be that much more likely to do it when it really counts, and not just early in the morning when you're taking a shower before you go to work out and you're like, what the hell are you doing? Why are you showering before you're going to work out? And it's because I need to unlock my superpowers because I got shit to do. I have a life to create change in. I have big time positive energy that I need to be putting out into the world. And I would be willing to bet that you have a whole lot of greatness that you need to be putting out into the world as well, whether that's on social media or in your work or in your partnership or as a parent or whatever. You have shit to do. You got light to bring into the world, and you're going to be a lot better equipped to do it if you get some repetitions in building up some resilience. And it doesn't have to be a cold shower. I mean, I don't know, if you wanted to take a really hot shower, I guess you could. But cold seems a little safer. I don't really know. But you could put yourself in different uncomfortable situations, or that's why we role play, right? Or practice or rehearse. We do it so that we're ready when it's game time. You are ready to go. So this week, I want you to find some ways that you can practice being uncomfortable, that you can build up your resilience so that when uncomfortable, challenging, unexpected, unforeseen things come up, your ass is ready for it. And you can get out there and be the best possible version of yourself, move through it, observe what's going on, and cue yourself up to do the next best thing to get you to the other side that is going to be way more awesome than just folding and being like, nope, it's uncomfortable and I can't. And then you just stay in the exact same spot where you are. That's nowhere close to living head first. And I know you want to do better. I know you can do better. And I think if you can incorporate some of that superpower unlocking this week, that you are going to have more fun. You're going to be able to be more authentic in sharing your gifts and your skills and your light with the world. And you're going to be able to live headfirst all week long. And I think that's what we're all trying to do. So that is all I have for you this morning. See if you can get yourself a cold shower or something else uncomfortable, and have the best week of your life. Until next time, make sure that you're having fun, being yourself, and living head first. Thank you so much for tuning in to Head First Radio today. I hope you had a good time, got some value, and are leaving feeling a little lighter and more fired up than you were before you pushed play. If that is the case, I would be so appreciative if you would take the time to leave a 5-star rating and review, and or share this episode with somebody you feel could use the message and the opportunity to start living head first in their own life. I'm so appreciative of your support, and I can't wait to catch you back here soon.